So, moving on, let's talk about ads freaking people out lately. There is FX is known for their great poster art, right? This is like going back years.
This
like
is after the whole debacle recently with Sin City ads, but anyway.
Yeah. But FX in general, like, are just known for really cool, like, attention-getting key art and advertising for their shows. And so their Strain, which is obviously a big horror series, Guillermo del Toro, they put out the key art for that, and I was like, oh man, that is really, no pun intended, eye-catching and awesome-looking. And it's pretty.
You intended that pun.
Yeah, I guess I did. All right, but anyway, if you've seen the ad, it is a graphic image close up of a woman's eye, and there's a worm going through the eye, like going in and out of her eye, of the white of her eye.
It's cool.
It's very cool. We love it. We're horror fans. We love it. I showed it to my wife. She's a horror fan. She's like, "Oh my god, that's awesome." But everyone doesn't find it awesome, and I guess
parents did not love it.
Parents did not love it because billboards are now up around here in LA. Certainly, there's a lot of them. Made in New York too, some major cities. Big billboards for the Strain with that image, giant image of an eye with the worm going through. And there were a lot of complaints. A lot of people not happy about that. A lot of people taking to Twitter with complaints about it.
Yeah, there were a bunch of tweets. My kids are now having nightmares. There's so much FX. It's funny because I looked at it and I realized, look, my perspective may be totally off when it comes to things like this because I don't have kids,
Yeah.
But I looked at it initially and I was like, I just don't think it's that bad, not compared to half of the graphic, violent images or on every other billboard anyway, I guess maybe because it's body horror, like it's an eye, which is a really visceral kind of reaction that you might have to that.
Sensitivity for some people.
Yeah, but it's one of those things where I feel like in every other advertisement there's some kind of violent image or something that you could deem inappropriate for a child. I didn't see this one as being so much worse.
My first reaction was to be like, what? Really? That's so stupid. But I did start to think about it, and I was like, the thing about kids is sensitivities are so across the charts, like so different. And I do get, because I having knowing some adults who get easily squeamish, seeing that you just be like, oh my god, like freak out, and that some kids would probably really freak out. It was funny because even one of the tweets I saw was Nicholas Stoller, the writer and director, who I just saw his extremely R-rated movie Neighbors this weekend, and I know some people would be like, if you made a movie like that, you shouldn't be complaining. But I mean, I know his point would be that like it's an R-rated movie that kids aren't supposed to go see, this is a billboard out on the street
for a show that kids are not supposed to watch.
Right, and the image is very much like a gory movie image. So, as someone who loves,
what did he say?
He basically said, "F you, FX." My kids saw that billboard, and are going to be freaked out. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So no holding back on that one. So I got it when I thought about it a bit more. Even though myself personally big horror fan, I'm just like, that's awesome.
Yeah,
that's really cool.
I get it. I mean, like you said, different kids have different levels of sensitivity, and so I've known kids that probably that would not bother them.
Yeah.
But I've also known kids that probably it would.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine. Pull the ads, put something else up. It just is one of those things where, like, when you look at what it actually is, I think it is not legitimately worse than a lot of the, tons of guns and just violent images everywhere.
Yeah.
I'm like, other than, again, it's a visceral, body horror is meant to be a very visceral thing where you're like, eyeball,
right. I mean, at the end of the day, it's an effective ad, and we'll say, no, I don't think this was calculated, but of course it's getting FX more press.
The good news is it's getting, exactly.
Yeah, and it's funny because, we picked up this story. The story that the billboards were being pulled was BuzzFeed were, I think, the first to write about it. And they wrote it from a very upset level themselves, and they didn't even show the image; it was blurred out. Now we're IGN, and by the way, this image was. I actually looked back on the history of it.
We're IGN. We don't care.
We don't care. No, but this image was debuted. EW had the exclusive on that poster, and they didn't send it. It was like, here it is. So it's like, okay, like IGN readers, they're gonna not only are they're gonna love this image, but they're gonna everyone's gonna be very what the hell, and upset that it was pulled in the first place. But it's funny to see the different sensitivities, and again, I do come from a a giant horror movie place where I'm like, hey, this is awesome, but I am glad, hey, maybe some more people are going to pay attention to the strain now.
Me too. And I mean, we do have sensitivity as IGN.
We do?
Yes, we do.
I was saying me personally.
but yeah, as a horror fan, it does make me more excited for the show.
Yeah.
I hope other people get more excited for the show. I hope the show is good. I haven't actually seen the pilot yet. I think I'm going to watch it tonight. But meh, if the kids don't like it, the kids aren't supposed to watch it.
It's not for the kids.
It's not for the kids.
Having seen the
enough.
pilot, I can say not for the kids. But yeah, so now maybe there'll be some collector's items posters out there. I just want to know what images they're going to replace it with on the billboard.
I don't know.
It's just it's just a yellow smiley face that says
that's
the
what
strain.
I was just thinking, like a smiley face that's like vampires with an X across it.
That's strange.
Smiley face with fangs with an X across it is what I'm hoping for.
I hope Teletubbies. There you go.